Spurs fans, your villain is gone. The enemy has left and the ship has sailed. The scapegoat has been sacrificed and responsibility now falls completely at your feet. So you tell me, Spurs fans, are we happy? Are we nervous? Are we apprehensive or excited? Daniel Levy has been sacked. I never thought I would see the day. Oh my gosh. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Quest. Thank you for clicking on this video today. Let's talk about Tottenham Hotspur and Daniel Levy. Obviously, the news dropped very recently that Daniel Levy has decided to step down from Tottenham Hotspur. Now, I was live on the terrace when the news dropped.
Daniel Levy's left Tottenham.
No,
wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
I saw
wow.
that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's left Tottenham.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, by the way, because they could get a mad guy in there to just fix the whole thing. But yeah, I didn't want to.
Crazy moment. Couldn't believe it myself. I never thought I'd see this day come, if I'm being completely honest with you, but it's probably been a very long time coming. Spurs fans have been looking at Daniel Levy the same way Newcastle fans were looking at Mike Riley, or Mike Ashley, or Ashley Riley, whatever his name is. I don't really know. Whatever his name is, all right? Spurs fans wanted Levy to leave. And now Levy has really left. Do you get it? But you know what's interesting, man, about this is, I said this on the terrace when I was on the show, right? Big up to the terrace guys as well. Big up to Terry, KJ, all the guys on there, right? I said, I don't know how I would feel about this as a Spurs fan, because on one hand, yes, Daniel Levy can be held responsible for potentially the holding back of Spurs when they were elevating in European competitions and in the Premier League, right? There's the constant accusation that he didn't spend the money that he had necessary, okay, to help Spurs further compete and further push up in the league and in European European competitions. So I get that side of the argument, right? The other side of me was, the first initial reaction I had was, I don't know, and I said this on the terrace, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, because ultimately what I do understand about life is, one of the things we do, right, as human beings is we like to create, to help our narrative, we like to create heroes and villains, okay? And if we can put someone in our mind as the villain, it almost helps us to absolve ourselves of any responsibility or blame, all right? And that usually is followed with a lack of compassion. So when we see someone as the villain, we sort of put everything on them. And the first thought that came to mind for me was, now Levy's gone, right? Now Levy has left Tottenham Hotspur. Who is going to be the villain moving forward? Are Tottenham Hotspur ready, okay, to hold their team, their players, and their manager accountable for the failures of Tottenham Hotspur moving forward? Because I tell you something right now, Tottenham Hotspur will not immediately go from serial bottlers to instant success. It will not happen. It will take time. And even if that time is the rest of the 35 games that is in the Premier League season, it will take time. And so I would be really interested to know what people think about this, because I was saying, I just think there should be an air of caution around this, okay? Obviously, I understand the owners of the club want to make a direction change, and so it probably was the right thing to do at this point in time, especially new manager, new players coming in. They're clearly taking a new direction, bringing in some more blockbuster signings, or at least, at the very least, you want to say some more exciting signings, definitely ones that are more marketable, and definitely signings that are going to be impactful on the pitch, especially in Xavi Simons, in the case of losing Maddison, and with Mohamed Kudus. So it's definitely going to make a difference, all right? Even if it's a marginal gain. But I do think it's very interesting, okay? Because I think people need to err on the side of caution because things don't just change overnight. And if things do change overnight, right? If you become an instant success, there is always issues that come with it, right? So even for me, right? I uploaded a video about a week ago about Chelsea fans need to hear this. And all my videos before that were doing about 50 to 75 views. All of a sudden, that video blows up and it does 3K views. Whoa. And now all of a sudden, my subscribers have shot through the roof, right? I went from like 365 to like 530 something subscribers in the space of a week. Okay? Insane for me personally. Now, the truth is, I wasn't ready to capitalize on that. It's not like I had a super set in place strategy to go, right, I'm then going to release all these videos right now. I'm going to do this right now, this right now, this right now. Because at the end of the day, I started the channel just to start putting out content based on what I felt I needed to put out there in the football sphere. So I wasn't ready for that, okay? I wasn't ready. I'm now putting the plans and the things in place to match it. So it's the same with Spurs, right? You're going to go through this period of, yes, change, which is going to be good in terms of the optics, in terms of the feeling of, okay, we can be a bit freer with the money that we have in the club. But there are going to be things that you're not ready for, okay? There's going to be a sense of, now we can spend. And the question now would then, I think, become, who do we spend on? Because I do think it's interesting that they did secure Mohamed Kudus. Because I think if there were maybe a Man City in the race, Liverpool in the race, Arsenal in the race, City in the race, even Chelsea seriously in the race for Mohamed Kudus, I don't think he signs for Spurs. That's just my thought. That's just my theory. I don't think he signs for Spurs. I actually think the same about the Xavi Simons deal. I think if Chelsea were serious right down to the line, I think Xavi Simons goes to Chelsea. So for me, I would be wondering who Spurs have got on their talent identification list. Because previous to this, we've not seen blockbuster signings. We've seen your James Maddisons, all right? Championship pickup. We've seen Brennan Johnson, great player. I think he gets disrespected by the Spurs fan base. But ultimately, he was a pickup from a Premier League struggling team in Nottingham Forest. We've seen them get Bergvall. Most people would not even know where he's come from. Okay, we've seen them get Danso. We've seen them get Mickey van der Ven. We've seen them get Solanke. And Solanke probably, in the last however many years, besides probably Betancourt as a high-profile signing, Bissouma as well as a high-profile signing from Brighton, Dominic Solanke is probably one of their highest-profile signings, coming from Bournemouth, all right, a team he was scoring lots of goals in, and equally being a Chelsea Academy product, having gone to Liverpool. He's had a career that boasts a CV of Premier League experience. So it's a very interesting one. And I'm very interested to see how this plays out. And I would love to know what you think and what your thoughts are. Because I think it'll be interesting. And I do want to end the video on this. I saw this great tweet, actually. And I'll put it on screen now. I saw this great tweet, all right? And shout out to this person. I went into the comment section of one of the YouTubers that I follow. And this was the tweet, so you can read it along with me. Spurs have been in one less final under ENIC than in the previous 25 years. Although Spurs had never been in a Champions League final in their history or second in the Premier League. From near bankruptcy in the 80s to the European giant that they currently are, I would say that's debatable and questionable, okay? Even though brackets it says they didn't get an invite. Okay, Spurs didn't get an invite to the European Super League. They are a European giant, this person says, closing the gap on the historic Big Four and City, who have had dynasties, oligarchs, or nation-state funding to further their advances. Except the goons, Levy's work shouldn't be overlooked. And I think that's the most important statement for me. Levy's work shouldn't be overlooked. And then this. Talk of winning the league was never a consideration in the 25 years prior to ENIC, which shows how expectations have been raised during his tenure. He's made his mistakes, as anyone can, but he's definitely left Spurs in a better state than when he found it. to dare is to do. And I respect that Tottenham have dared to let go of somebody who has raised their platform to a place of potential success. But I do wonder if daring to do means they have dared and gone too far, or if they've dared and gone too soon. I don't know. It's an interesting conundrum and query, to say the least. And only time will truly tell. I wonder what you think, man. Let me know in the comment section down below. My name is Quest. This is the Prem Perspective. We endeavour to provide you balanced takes on a beautiful game. And I would love to know what you think. Do me a favour, by the way, hit a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the YouTube channel to help me out with the algorithm. Hit that bell notification icon to get a notification every single time I upload. And until I see you in the next video, my good friend, take care, don't stress, and stay blessed. Peace.